concludes that part of it. I would close by just simply saying to you that the summary of the state of the district this year is this. We aren't where we want to be, but we're getting better every single year. And I've never seen people work so hard. I'm so proud of what I've seen our teachers and our students trying to do. We've done more in the last 2 or 3 years than I ever imagined could be done. But we have a lot farther to go to be able to meet the expectations that our legislatures put out for us. So with that, I'll let Don explain the last little text item, and then what we're going to do after that is we're going to have open mic. There's 2 mics. We'll have open and mic question and answer about anything. It doesn't have to be about the data. If you want to talk about other things in the district, I'd be happy to answer your questions.
So I can see some of you are already texting. It is, what's the best describes your perception of the quality of education at schools your children are currently attending at LCSD1? Again, if you need some support, we got technology specialists moving around. At this time, I'd like to thank them, if that's okay, Dr. Stock. We got people working up in the booth. We got people online. We got people in here making sure all this technology and stuff works.
There is a slightly different pattern if it keeps emerging. I don't know if it will as the numbers get bigger, but are you seeing a slight difference between the national one and the local one? The above average line, you're seeing more excellence, less average. On the national one, the one that said average was out there almost to the end with the above average. And there weren't as many excellent. And what I wanted to point out while that keeps evolving, the Gallup poll has done this for 30 years, and they've never got a different response. When they asked the public early in a survey how they feel about America's public schools, they would rate it, say, a C. And then when they asked them later in the survey, how do you feel about the local school where your children go? They'll say B. That's never changed in 30 years. In other words, our perceptions of all those other schools somehow seems less stellar than the one that my child goes to. And that's been true for 30 years in American public education. Now, one thing has changed, and that is the overall rating that public has given their schools has slid. The ratio between national and local has not changed, but the overall rating of public schools has slid in the last 30 years. So that's why we use that, and with that, what we'd like